get to here. Okay, our first couple questions are questions I want to ask every single candidate. Yes. Okay, and thank you. Say, why don't we do the introductory statements first? Okay. Jake, why don't we have you start, please?
Sure. Well, so since I get to go first, I get to do the proverbial thank you to everyone for coming. I mean, just look around this room. There's probably 60 people, 65 people in this room. That's incredible. For a town council race to have that many people show up, be engaged, be wanting to engage with their potential elected officials. I truly commend you for doing that. So I'll just be brief, but let me give you a little bit of background on why I decided to pursue elected service back in 2012. So like many of you, I got tired of watching the news and I was frustrated by the politicians because they would say a lot of words, but they wouldn't say anything that actually meant anything. And we have, most of us in this room are probably moderate, leaning towards conservative. We have the winning message because free markets, limited government, empowering individuals, personal freedom, that truly is what founded this nation, made it exceptional, and has really gotten us to where we are today. And so, I got tired of watching the politicians that were perverting that. And so I ran for school board, and I won, and I served 2 years, 2.5 years on the school board. And then Kim and I found the house that we're going to raise our kids in. And so we moved out here to Queen Creek and have loved it ever since. It's truly an incredible town, and I feel honored to be up here and get to have the opportunity to battle it out with these wonderful people, to serve you and to represent you on the town council. So thank you all for coming out and thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you all for being here. I just want to tell you a little bit about myself. I don't know how many of you know who I am or very much about me. I haven't had much of a presence out there. I'm married to my beautiful wife up here. We have 3 wonderful daughters that we homeschool. We moved here to Arizona about 7 years ago. We lived in Queen Creek about as long as we've been here. We had a short time before we moved to Queen Creek, just finding out the area. And when we were looking for our home, different things, we always heard, oh, Queen Creek, that's so far out there. That's a rural town, all this, and such a long drive, even for my aunt who lived in Chandler. And so we started looking for a home. We avoided Queen Creek because it was so far out there. Then we decided, we talked to a few people and we said, let's go check out Queen Creek. And we moved into the community, and it has been such a blessing to us to be able to live here. Queen Creek is such a great town. We've got so much going for us, and we have so much potential also that we can develop out and use for our benefit. I love the town. Before moving here, I was on the Parks and Recreation Commission for the city I lived in previously. Since I've been here, I've been on the Transportation Advisory Committee. And I just decided I've been part of the town in these different roles, and I'd like to take a larger role in the town and help residents, be a voice for the residents and help those who I can. And that's what I have to say. Thank you.
Again, thanks to everyone for being here. I'm Matt McWilliams, and even though my name tag wants to go away, and I'm just excited. I was actually contacted by several people and said, we need you at this time. The town is about to experience, we've come through the recession. The town and the staff and the current council have done a great job guiding us there, but we're going to start picking up quite a bit. And so the question, Wendy, that you asked, and I think really is the heart of the matter, is why should you vote for a particular candidate, one candidate? Why should you vote for Matt McWilliams? I moved here 5 years ago from Arkansas. I was a licensed attorney in Arkansas, and I owned a title company and a real estate practice. And I also built houses as well. And so as we move to the phase that we're about to be in Queen Creek, Project after project after project is going to be presented before the council for approval. And really a difference, or something that I bring, is that I'll be able to tell a good project from a bad project, but I also know the concerns of the business people that are risking their money to put the good projects in here, but also the concerns of the citizen. So those experiences and having done those things distinguish me, and is a set of skills and assets that we need on the council this time. Queen Creek is a wonderful town. It has a signature heritage, and as I began to run for council, I met with the founding families and asked them specific questions. What were you thinking back in 1989? What's happened in those years since, and is it really the thing that you wanted to see? And they're very pleased with what's happened, but they also want to make sure that we continue to protect Queen Creek and keep it that signature town, an equestrian and agricultural heritage. And when you vote for me, I'll do those things for you. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Stacy Portanova. I have lived in Queen Creek. If you ask me, I think it's 8 years. If you ask my husband, it's 10. Can't hear you. But it seems like we've been here forever. We lived in Gilbert. Previously, and we kind of got shoved out of Gilbert. We're horse people, and Gilbert kind of grew and pushed us right on out. There's not a lot of room for horse people there anymore. And we recognize the value of the diversity of citizens in Queen Creek. You've got your longtime ranchers and farmers, equestrian people. We have young new families coming in, and I think it's important that as the town grows that we look at that diverse population and realize we're not one size fits all, and try to find the solution that best fits everyone as we grow. So that's kind of my goal as a council. I love this area. I love the community. I'm part of Queen Creek Barrel Racing Association. We do a lot with Horseshoe Park and Tim Lynch, a lot with, we have a huge youth following, so a lot of stuff for our youth, and so try to stay actively involved in the community, promote all the amenities that we have here, and want to keep doing that. So I thank everybody for coming out tonight and getting involved as well.
And if I could just remind all the candidates to please make sure you speak into the mic, maybe even just bring the mic closer to your mouth so that the people in the back can hear. Okay, Jeff?
My name is Jeff Brown, and I'm the lucky husband of a school teacher wife and 5 adult or nearly adult children. And to say we're blessed would be an understatement. I also happen to be a candidate to be reelected to the town council. And I moved here to Queen Creek 14 years ago, and since that time I've been involved extensively with the town, served on at least 12 different committees and commissions through that time, including East Valley Partnership, Planning and Zoning Commission. I was chair of the Transportation Advisory Committee, and a lot of different committees and commissions. I also graduated from the Citizen Leadership Institute and the Community Emergency Response Team, where I serve currently as the Southeast section leader. My commitment has always been to the residents, business, and stakeholders of our community, and is manifested in daily outreach efforts. I take meetings on a daily basis. I interact with town folk on a daily basis, and all different stakeholders as well. The theme of my campaign has been honest, accessible, and dedicated, and at the end of the day, I'm hopeful that people will vote for me because I've been exactly that. Honest in every dealing during my tenure on town council, dedicated, having poured over voluminous amounts of data and information through the course of my term, and accessible in every way to the stakeholder. As I mentioned, I do interact daily with residents and stakeholders. I consider myself one of the biggest cheerleaders the town council has, and the town has, and I'm a proven commodity. I'm super proud of my service to Queen Creek, and I hope that this forum will allow all of us to learn more about the various candidates, and indeed, I'm hopeful that at the end of this forum, you'll be honored, or you'll be kind enough to put a check mark next to my name on your ballot.
Thank you. My name is Craig Barnes. I am also on town council right now, running for re-election. I moved here 16 or a little over 16 years ago. when the closest grocery store was the Fry's over on Baseline and Power. So you made sure you had milk before you came home, or you do make a long trip back. I'm an Army veteran. I served in Desert Shield and Desert Storm. My wife and I moved here on April Fool's Day, and which was, quite an experience. We have a son that goes to Queen Creek High School now. I helped revamp the Queen Creek Chamber of Commerce. So as soon as I moved here, I started a small business within a year and got involved with the Chamber of Commerce and many other volunteer groups and helped become part of the community, or help the community grow and restart the chamber. I was elected to vice president and then became the first chairman of the board for the chamber. I also helped start the American Legion in Queen Creek, and that's been going for over 10 years as well. Some of the things that, like Jeff said, there's a lot of work being a council member, and there's a lot of documents you have to read and go over, and it's not just a couple hours. It's 35 hours a week, I would say. When I first was getting ready to run, I went to council meetings for a year prior to make sure that I wanted to do the job. And I was asked by several people to run in 2008. Luckily, I got reelected in 2012 and hope that I get reelected again. Thank you very much.
In 1989, when I graduated college from University of New Mexico, I was looking for a place to move, thinking about Arizona. And of course, we didn't have internet back then, so I was sending letters to the Chambers of Commerce, and it was actually Queen Creek that was this cool little town, a little bit outside of Phoenix, that still had horses and open space, agriculture. It just attracted me. It took a few years before I could afford to be here. I lived in Tempe for almost 10 years, and as an architect, I did a lot of work in Queen Creek. So every day I was driving this direction, passing all the traffic going to Phoenix. I serve our community every day in Queen Creek, the very best place in Arizona, I believe, to raise a family, to grow a business, to live and to play. I have 30 years of experience in the land development business and in community outreach. I support our residents. I'm not beholden to any special interests. I'm committed to creating a vibrant and self-sustaining economy. I'm engaged in the church and our schools, the local business community, and the community at large. And I promise you, as the voters, that I will continue to ensure that private landowners have the opportunity to develop and take advantage of the opportunities in terms of investment, and at the same time to protect our residents from potential negative impacts of new development. But I want to be clear, there is no I in getting elected. This is a team. 7 people work together. So when people say, I achieved this or I did that, I disagree. We did these things. We are physically responsible. We do more with less. We replaced big government with efficiency.
Your time is up. I'm sorry. All right. Thank you. Okay, the next questions I'd like to ask.